Welcome to the Backseat podcast. I'm joined today with my good friend and fellow content creator, Dr. Oculus.
Hello.
Hello, Dr. Oculus. I'm PD. In the backseat today, we have a special guest, Dave Nessick from the Recenter podcast. Would you like to say hello, Dazed?
Hello, dudes.
We only have two mics today, so we're going to have to be passing the mic between us. So some of the audio might be a bit iffy.
No change there then.
No, a normal podcast really. I don't know what episode this is. I think it's 6.
I always say it's 6, so sure, 6.
So where are we off to today, Dr. Oculus?
Today we're off to sunny London. We're going to the WASD, WASD, the frickin' thing they have at Truman Brewery.
And you've been there before. I've not been before. So what can we expect?
Not much.
Not a great deal, to be fair. Yeah.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you all in the next one.
No, this year. So the first time I went, it was the time PSVR 2 had just come out. So there was a dedicated section for that. They had Switchback and a bunch of all of the release titles there, C-Smash. And then the last time I went, it was literally just C-Smash that was there. Very little VR show out. But this year, Wired have made a big show out for VR, and I think they've got Arcade Paradise on display there now, and I think there's a couple of others as well. I saw
I think the same one is there that was on last year. You played it, right? Wasn't it some like weird medieval type chess thing? Or I don't know, I can't remember. You were shooting folks with bow and arrows, man.
I have no idea what you're on about.
Well, as soon as we got there, I went power on, we walked round, and he went, you never just guess what just happened. That dude nearly fell over, and there was someone having a go at it, and he was like wobbling all over the place. And I said to the bloke demoing it to him, you need to get him out. Definitely on, is it something like C-Scar or no idea. I'm sure PD will pop a picture up, but they are there. So far, so good.
I don't remember who you're on about. Soul Assembly. I saw they were there. So hopefully we get to hang out and say hey to Pete and the gang.
I don't know if they were just there for that day though, were they?
I don't know. I was hoping that they weren't, but maybe they were. It's one of them things, isn't it? End Dreams, usually they don't have games, but they have people for like the industry side of things if you want to get hooked up and how to get into the games industry. It's very much about that as well.
Yeah, it's more kind of that, isn't it, than anything else really.
But at least you get to sort of chat to the folks from the studios and things like that. So, yeah, hopefully we get to see some folks we know. I don't know whether you're going to be there this time, because they've now got C-Smash on the Quest. So I don't know whether he's there demoing C-Smash for the Quest. Have you played C-Smash on well, either platform to be fair, but on Quest?
I've got C-Smash to play still. Was it on the PlayStation VR 2 as well?
It was, yeah. It was one of the close to, if not actual release titles of PSVR 2.
I've heard it's had some really, really good reviews, and my backlist of games you won't believe.
If you like Racket NX, you're going to absolutely love this.
I love Racket NX.
Yeah, it's got a banging soundtrack as well, which a guy like you, I imagine, will very much enjoy.
What game was that, did you say?
It's called C-Smash. So, what have you guys been playing? I'll ask Lee first.
Yeah, I played a bit of Mannequin this week. It's kind of cool. So those that aren't aware, it's actually on side quest. Well, by the time you hear this, it won't be. So that's pointless. I think it's moving to the Meta store on May the 2nd.
What type of game's Mannequin?
It's like a 5-player PvP type of game where there's 2 of you are the aliens, and then there's 3 of you are the like security blokes or the guards or whatever they are to try and kill these aliens. But the clues in the name of the title is these maps are just full of mannequins, and when you're an alien you can turn into one, so you can just stand there really still while they're trying to find you. But you've got like a gun, and it's got like a sensor on it, so it opens up and then it sort of tracks them. But obviously when it gets so close they can jump out and get you, but you can swap that to a gun, and when you see them you can fire off, but then there's a delay when you fire, so it's kind of like cat and mouse, hide and seek. And I think the object is, you've got like 3 orbs on A, B and C, and if you're the aliens you've got to try and absorb all that energy, and then it gives you an advantage, I think. that could be wrong. It may give the other guys an advantage to see where you are. But yeah, I sucked at it and I had a great time on it. It actually looked really impressive. And I was told that that was the Quest 2 version, so they've not actually enhanced it for the Quest 3 yet. It ran really well. I didn't have too many issues, a few little bugs, but it was in early alpha. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one coming out. I think that's Fast Travel Games as well.
It is, yeah. Yeah, Mannequin is certainly on my radar. It sounds really, really fun. I don't do PvP games, really. I don't. It's not a thing I'm into.
It's more like a team deathmatch type thing.
Yeah, it's like
it's fun.
Gary's mod, isn't it? Where prop hunt.
I think I played in early access last year sometime with some other content creators, and I kind of enjoyed it. I enjoyed the locations.
Yeah, it's definitely on my radar. I don't like jumping into games when they're not done. I know that I generally will only devote a brief section of my life to a game and then probably end up moving on because there's just so much happening in VR. So I don't want to jump into it just yet, but yeah, I very much like the sound of that game.
You like the games to be polished?
A little bit. Like, I've had access to lo-fi from day one and I've not touched it. I've not been anywhere near it because I don't want to play it in its early stages. I want to play it when it's done.
You've been waiting a long time then. How many years has that been in early development? Well, you're saying that I saw a Steam game the other day. I can't remember which one it was, so this is probably pointless. But it had just come out of early access and it's been early access for 12 years.
Wow, what game was that?
I have no idea, I can't remember. Forewarned's just come out of early access, so that is in version 1.0 now. Forewarned is one of the best PC VR experiences you can have. It makes you feel like Indiana Jones or Brendan Fraser in The Mummy. It's a good laugh, 3 or 4 of you playing that. We played it when it first came out and it was like super jank, but I played it with like Game on Scorpio and Clicks to Sense, and I always tend to jump in when they have an update. And yeah, I'm looking forward to going back in there.
Yeah, didn't we play that with Dr. Greg and VRAN? We were screaming like little girls, weren't we? Have you played that one, Doc?
Yeah, I have played Forewarned. Like you say, it was a good few versions back. Don't remember what was the new thing.
The last version we played was where they've updated it, so if you open the Mummy's Tomb, you have to solve a few. It's basically got like a tablet, and if things happen, you mark things off on the tablet, and then you can try and work out which mummy it is. I think there's about 5 of them, but if you find the Mummy's Tomb, get it correctly which mummy it is, and open it, you've got an option then of going into like the basement of the pyramid, and there's a few more like urns. I think there's 3 or 4 urns you pick up when you're going through the pyramid, and it opens up another secret door. So then you go down, you can try and get more loot, and that were really good. It were like proper Raiders of the Lost Ark spirits about and things like that. Your mummies taunting you, and you've got a few more mummies to try and kill. Yeah, it's really cool, that was.
So the game's in full release now. What have they added differently to when we last played it?
Perhaps I should have checked the patch notes, but I think they've added a few more mummies, a few more locations, refined it a bit more. The last time I played it in PC VR, it ran flawless, and it's got one of the best experiences when you first go into the pyramid. I won't say what it is, but you'll pick up on it straight away, and you'll think, wow, this is really, really clever how they've done it. And I wish more devs would do that kind of thing. Audio-wise, there's a little clue.
It's very good in the Wooja, that experience. I can certainly vouch for that.
So what have you been playing, Doc?
What haven't I been playing? I'm slowly getting back into Resident Evil 4. For a guy who doesn't like PvP, I got shoehorned into Ghost of Tabor. I just bought Showdown as well, because that's supposed to be really good. The PC version in the trailer looks stunning, unless that's the Quest, which is just witchcraft. Other games I've been playing, I guess, a bit of Max Mustard, bit of Assassin's Creed. So much has happened since the last time we got together. Like, I can't even remember what else I've done. So much.
Have you seen that SubSide released the Aliens trailer?
I did not know. Does it look any good? Does it look like it's got more than 3 game modes?
Who knows? It was just the announcement, and basically it's like in the alien fold where it shows you the letters, and then it shows you an alien like grabbing the world, or like a person stood in the middle. But from the reports I'm seeing, that it's supposed to be very much in the vein of Alien Isolation. So if they're saying that, then good luck, because it better be like that or better.
Yeah, in the trailer there's no real gameplay. It's just like cinematic trailer.
So it's going to be reflective of the game then? It's going to have no real gameplay. It's just going to be one key thing repeated over and over again.
I'm a little bit concerned because Servius' last game was the Walking Dead one, which was terrible.
Will that make them work harder?
Don't get me wrong, Servius has had some banging VR games. Like I love Sprint Vector, the one where you're running with your arms. I used to love that game. And I can't remember what else did they do.
They've done the Creed game, they did Battle Wake, they did Raw Data.
I enjoyed Battle Wake.
Battle Wake's fine for the first 3 times you play it, but then there's nothing to do.
And wasn't Raw Data one of their first games they ever made for VR?
That's the best game they've ever made for VR, in my opinion.
That's the one with the robots?
Yes. Which once again is one key thing, rinse and repeat. They make games for arcades to be played in 20 minutes for £5 and then never touched again. So for home VR, I'm not hopeful for Aliens. I'm really not.
So they're like the Pimax of the software VR world?
No, they actually released things. Yeah, we're burning bridges now. Well, that's a nice segue into the Pimax headset. The Crystal Light, I guess, is what they're calling it.
Yeah, same mould, same big bulky shark head, which I'm not a fan of.
I don't give a flying shit what it looks like, but what I'm saying is this is what PC VR needs, but PC VR needs games as well. It's alright bringing out a £900 headset with dynamic lighting or whatever it's got on it, which, uprated spec, and I will say the Crystal is it's the best headset I've ever seen, but what are you going to play on it? That's the thing. I mean, I played all the games. Somebody new to PC VR who just spent a load of money and picked it up, who can play Half-Life Alyx and jump in Low and Echo 2 and experience that in a Pimax Crystal Light. I wish I could do that, but I've played them all. So it's one of those things of, would I be spending £900 on a headset? What for?
You like the Pimax, don't you? But
the Pimax I've never really had a great deal to do with. I was very impressed when we played at, I know it's Gary's. I didn't want to say his name.
Yeah, they know his name's Gary.
Oh, that's fair enough. Yeah, so when we played at Gary's, I'm literally listening to his audiobook, damn it.
I saw that you got Gary's book on your, what's that?
Oh, what
the space.
Going off now with this traffic shot, which did some really suck-ass traffic health for accident. Okay, so probably won't get a WASD now.
What happened to your sat-nav telling us to go a different route?
I don't know.
I mean, the other thing you could have done is pull off at this junction and jump round the roundabout and jump straight on further down, but it looks like it's only junction 22. Yeah, what was it saying? Ad Astra, was that what it was called?
It's called Astra, and it's done by the developers who did, I can't remember now. They do quite a lot of animation VR experiences.
It was the woman I couldn't get on with though, and I know she was going for this type of, this is Titan is blah 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 blah, but I was getting tired of listening to her, and I don't know if you can turn her off. And I know she's a famous American actress, so if she's listening, I do apologise. But yeah, I just like the tone of it. If you can turn her off, but yeah, it looked pretty cool experience. It should have an option of like having a bloke talking as well, and you can switch.
Slowdown caused by crashes in 1,000 feet.
Thank you.
You're still on the fastest route.
Hooray!
Time. Thank you. Time.
Apparently, it's slower to turn off. Sorry, where were you?
Yeah, I was just saying the voiceover thing. I wasn't too keen on that, but I can understand what they were going for. The developers were going for. I can understand what the actor was going for while she was speaking in that. But after 10 minutes on it, I'd had enough. So I don't know if you could turn that off or not. I don't know.
It was Liv from Lone Echo. You love her.
I won't know. No, I know what she looks like, mate, and I know what she's been in. So yeah, it wasn't her.
Speaking of famous American actresses in games, have any of you played The Pirate Queen?
Yes, I have.
Really enjoyed that. If you look at it in the sense that it is a VR escape room.
Is it Halle Berry in that, or is it?
No, it's Lucy Liu.
Oh, that was it, Lucy Liu, yeah. She's one of the Charlie's Angels girls.
That's the one, yes. Among other things, she's done many great... Didn't she start in, like, Ally McBeal?
Yeah, she was in Ally McBeal, yeah.
Yeah, showing our age now. Ally McBeal, kids, it's like what Suits was, but in the 90s. With a crazy lawyer woman and dancing babies.
Oh yeah, I can remember that. It was quite popular though, wasn't it, at the time when it came
It was
out?
very, very popular, yeah. Yeah, I really dug that game. That's one of the games that I've been playing, and as I say, you kind of knock it out in like 2 hours, but if you treat it as an escape room, then
That's what she
that's
said.
what it's supposed to be.
I'd have to have a look at it. I mean, there's been quite a few pirate games knocking about, Bootstrap Island
It's not a pirate game.
and things. I know it's like you said, like an experience that you go through.
Yeah, it's just a puzzle game set in various locations. But I enjoyed it, I really did. But you cannot go into that thinking this is a pirate game. It's an escape room with Lucy Liu talking to you. And I love that she did it as well. When you hear of people in Hollywood taking part in games like this, and you think, oh, either A, the money was right, or B, that they actually are decent, like down-to-earth human beings.
I played it, but I've also played that many other games. It's a blur. I can remember walking up to a big pirate ship, and I was like awestruck with the size of it. And then you get onto the pirate ship, and then that's when the escape room element kicks in. Is that right? You go into like the cabin, and then you start the
It was a
escape
while
room.
ago.
So you're just like me, you can't remember.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Have you tried that, Astra?
No.
The mixed reality game.
No,
Wow.
I haven't.
Apart from the lady's voice, it blew me away. But I didn't have a problem with the voice anyway, like, dazed.
When you put in the game though, you probably don't notice it, but watching it did, like I said, I don't want to keep going on about it, but it did kind of grate on me a little bit.
Yeah, no, I've not touched that one.
I like to do things in VR that give me experiences and sensations I've never had before. And basically it's a mixed reality game. You get a box of goodies. You open the box, inside's an old cassette from the 80s or 70s. Loads of memorabilia about visiting planets in the solar system like Titan, Saturn. And you put the tape into the tape recorder, and all the bits start floating. You have to remember this is mixed reality, so it's like having virtual objects in your room floating around. And then it turns your room into a spaceship, and the walls turn into like windows, and you're traveling through space. And you have to navigate to the planets by pressing this console, a bit like Star Trek. VR moment for me I'd ever experienced was when the ship started to turn. Basically, it felt like your room was turning in space, and that was you know when you get a sensation in VR, you think, wow,
Yeah.
that was really cool. That was one of those moments. It actually felt like my room had turned into a spaceship, because you could see the momentum of the room turning. I know it wasn't turning for real, but it gave you that impression.
Yeah.
And it plays on your brain, and then once you're in the worlds, to say it's a Quest 3 title, standalone game, the worlds look phenomenal. They look really good in 3D. Not as good as Red Matter 2, because somebody left a comment to say, does it look better than Red Matter 2? I said, for a Quest 3 game, it looks really good, but nothing looks better than Red Matter 2 on the Quest 3. And some of the worlds are animated as well, like we was on the moon of Titan, and you could see all the ice geysers going into space, and the erupting in front of you. You could hear the sounds effects of the wind. It was really, really good. So I'd recommend.
Sounds really good. Like I dig space in VR. That's one of the things, because if I was so inclined, I could strap on diving gear and swim underwater, but I can't pimp around space in a spaceship moving fast as light, and yeah, I can't do all that stuff. So that's something that VR can give me that I can't do in real life.
Yeah, I think you'd enjoy that one. Talking about mixed reality, has anybody tried the bomber drone? That was good as well.
Oh, I saw a bunch of people flying drones around their room in MR. Oh yeah, that looks pretty cool, but isn't it still early access, or I don't even think it's available to the public, is it?
As far as I know, I think it's available. The guy was in my live chat, and he said he's still working on adding more experiences, more things to do in the game. At the moment, you pilot a drone, and again, mixed reality, it looks like a real drone in your house. It'll even bounce off the walls. It's that impressive.
Okay.
It was bouncing off my chair. At one point, it hit my table at an angle, and it went like that. It tilted as it hit the table. So, and it looks like a real drone floating around in your house. You have to bomb these. You've got these rocket stations throwing rockets at you, You have to bomb the rockets, you have to shoot. There's some turrets on the wall, you have to shoot them, and then you have to rescue the scientists and take them back to the landing pad. And that's all in mixed reality. If you've ever wanted a drone for real, you can't go outside or...
I was going to say, I'm sat here thinking this is...
I'm just thinking, we're waiting for emergency services to get here. That's what we're...
Oh, yeah.
I think we're kind of stuck.
Yeah, we are stuck for a while, dude. It could be an hour, it could be 2 hours, it could be 3 hours. If someone's had a really bad accident, it could be a long time.
Do you think it's only just happened then?
Yeah.
Doc, you were talking about underwater. Have you tried the Steam demo?
I haven't. It looks stunning though. Like, it's like kayak VR, like level of realism. But yeah, I don't. There wasn't much to do other than just swim around, right?
Yeah, you've got a few little things to do. I'd say swimming around. I know PD's taking the mickey now, you can't see it, but I really struggled to swim because I was trying to swim as you would do in real life, so trying to do breaststroke, but apparently you have to pull your hands to you. So
okay,
you pull your hands to you to move forward, and then like that to move to the side, and then move that down and move up.
Basically, doggy style.
Yeah. Right, that's going to get clipped. Could someone clip that and send it me, please? But yeah, so I struggled. But I mean, the dev put it out, and I thought, oh, that makes sense. But yeah, once I got past the original, like the hardness of trying to swim, it does really kind of feel like you are underwater. And there's like little CDs you have to pick up, like floppy disks, right? There's 4 of them to pick up, and then it opens up another section later on in the game. But with it being a demo, they're not open yet. And there's gold doubloons on the floor, and the sharks swimming about. And yeah, it's more of a exploration type of thing as well. And I think in future levels they've got like you're in a shark cage, aren't you, and things like that. But yeah, it looks for a solo dev so far, it's really good. I'd like him to try and add a bit more of a grip feature to it. You can sort of pull yourself along a little bit on the floor, but it's, you know, I'd like some sort of lone echo type of grab and pull and push, and I think he's probably going to incorporate that later on in the game. These things with early releases, early alpha, and that is still very much testing the water, so to speak. What a great pun that is. But yeah, I thought, for like I said, a solo dev, it looked really good. It ran really well on my PC as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that one develops for sure.
I mean, in your defense, you probably would use breaststroke underwater, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna...
I wasn't the only one. I think Gary from the podcast struggled with it as well, and then I sent him the little clip on Twitter. I think I did anyway, but telling him you're supposed to like doggy paddle like type thing, and you can swim underwater a lot easier. But he struggled as well with that, and the grip thing as well. He said basically the same as me. I'm sure I mentioned it on the podcast. I can't remember that.
I actually went real life diving on my holidays, and this was the closest experience I've had to the real life thing, apart from the lack of sensations from the tide and being underwater and the pressure. But the lighting and everything, they just got it. It's just spot on.
The lighting is if you get from the sun coming through and you can see all the reflections of it. I mean, it must be really hard to get that incorporated in a game. But they are getting better and better with this water thing, because that used to be the big bugbear of games years ago, wasn't it? It was the hardest thing to render was water.
Water and fire.
Yeah, but like Unreal Engine 5 stuff now and that, it's getting to the point where it's hard to distinguish from, you know, what's real and what isn't with some of the Unreal 5 stuff that I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's absolutely... It looks absolutely stunning. It's just... I stream and it's normally like a 2-hour block, and I know there's not 2 hours in it, so I've kind of not touched it. I have general days where I'll try and complete games. So I do like a completionist stream one day, which is where I'm plugging my way through Resident Evil 4 finally, which is on sale now, maybe, depending on when you're hearing this. So definitely go and check that out. It's like 15 quid, I think, for Resident Evil 4, PSVR 2. So yeah, go buy that. And then the day after that is where I'll try either a community requested game or something new. And there's just been so many games coming out lately that it's like, oh yeah, embargo's up for this, I'll play this today. So that thing that's just a small demo has just not been touched. But I will play it one day, I swear, probably.
Well, I had 2 weeks off for my holiday. The amount of games I've missed, you won't believe it. 2 weeks. Oh, we're moving again. Nice.
You say moving.
Traffic's moving again.
It's gone forward 6 feet in the 2 lanes around us.
Yeah, we're moving.
Get ready for Gary. Well, not Gary. Gary's audiobook.
So have you guys seen that Meta have opened up their operating system?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
It's going to be interesting because with opening up the OS to other people, it's also surely going to mean they're opening up the store, which means oh my god, I can't get on the Meta store and nobody's going to be able to see my game, should hopefully disappear.
But I can't get on it on the bloody app anyway because it sucks. Never mind opening the OS, sort the sodding app out first before they do anything.
My problem with the app has always been...
It's shit.
Well, I've always had problems with the app, and then it turns out that it was just massively out of date, and nothing told me it was out of date. I was miles behind version-wise, and when I went into the Play Store, it's like, oh, yeah, you got an update for this app. Oh, brilliant, thanks, I'll take that. And then I couldn't leave reviews for developers, couldn't buy things, and then as soon as I updated, everything worked again. So
See, I've got a weird bug now where when I first load the app up, it's just grey and it's like flashing. Then I have to like click on store or click on something else first, then go back to home, then it shows up.
Okay, yeah, no, that's weird. Maybe it's not shutting down properly. I don't know what's going on with that.
What were we talking about before that? Oh yeah, the OS.
The OS, yeah. So they say that there are basically a bunch of different people lined up to make headsets already, one of them being Xbox.
As far as I know though, the Xbox one's going to be like an exclusive Quest 3 Xbox design. So I don't think it's an actual...
It's not going to be a Microsoft...
I don't think it's... I'm hoping I'm wrong. I love for Xbox. I've been saying all along, Xbox are missing out. They missed the boat. I'd really love to see a dedicated Xbox VR headset, because I know the first game will be Halo.
Unless that's what the dude, because I mean, the bloke what did the Alien Isolation mod, he got snapped up by Xbox, didn't he? And he was also doing a Halo mod as well, and got it working with motion controllers and things like that to be in VR, but he got snapped up by Xbox, and I've not heard anything about him since. So unless he has been working on something like that, that'd be kind of cool. But I don't think Xbox have got any interest in anything VR whatsoever. And if they've been taking any notice of PSVR 2, they've probably got even more of a less interest now than what they did do before.
You think about the way Microsoft are and what they do. So one of their biggest things, realistically, is Game Pass and cloud gaming. The next Xbox console could realistically be strapped to your face, rather than having an Xbox that's a box sat on the side in the living room.
Yeah, eventually.
It's a VR headset that is very much just strapped to your face, and
It's all going to be that in the end, though, isn't it? It's all going to be cloud gaming. You might be able to take a headset anywhere and access your entire Xbox library that you can play on a giant, massive screen in front of you. All you need to do is take a controller with you.
I mean, to be fair, you can do that now with the Quest 3 in the app, but
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that's it. The next Xbox console could literally just be a VR headset, and that's it.
I've been getting lots of emails from Sony now, and they've been promoting the VR. Do you think with this news of all these new headsets coming, it's give Sony a bit of kick up the arse?
No.
Absolutely not.
I think the backlash of just Sony's VR in general, I think internally they've looked at the numbers and gone, we're dropping the ball, we need to do something to get a return on investment, so let's do something. I think that's certainly what's happening at Sony. They need to do something. Literally anything would be better than what they're doing. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they are actually now reacting, because wasn't there a big shake-up internally, and didn't they shit-can the person running the VR division?
I've heard rumours of a shake-up, but if anybody's the guy to ask would be, is it Myers Diocese? He's down at WASD, I do believe.
Oh, I don't know if it's Miles Dyer, is it? I can't remember.
Yeah, and he's part of the PSVR Parole crew. So if anyone knows, he's the guy to ask, and hopefully we'll meet him today and ask him about the PlayStation VR 2.
Yeah, hopefully we can have a chat with a good few folks. It's going to be a good day, I think. Speaking of Halo in VR, so one thing I did do since we last got together, I bought a Reverb G2 on eBay. Got it for a really great price, like 150 quid. I know the WMR platform is on its way out and it's going to be shut down. So I know there's no life in it, but I collect headsets anyway. But I set that up and I ran it and I played things on it. And one of the things you can play is a Halo experience. And oh my god, I can, if somebody went out and bought a WMR headset as their first headset and was like, yes, I want to play Halo in VR, I can understand them hating VR.
Is this the one where you stand next to the warthog?
No, it's worse than that. It's not even right. It's so you are basically just in a gigantic empty hangar, and holographic targets pop up that look a little bit like Halo enemies, and you shoot them, and that's it.
Is it 3D?
No.
2D target?
Yes.
I know which game you're talking about.
It is dire.
Did you ever see that, Dazed?
No, I don't think I've seen that now.
No, I mean, do you want to borrow a G2 and try it?
Look at you.
It's bad. It's so bad. The WMR setup and environment is... I mean, to say... If you think setting up a Quest with a PC is not very user-friendly, it's like the Steam VR in comparison to WMR. WMR is horrible to just get running and set up. It's so unstable. It's definitely not streamer friendly. Every 5 seconds I was out of the headset and resetting up the view for the stream. It really didn't go well. It was just a terrible, terrible experience. I left it set up for about 2 weeks and then just packed it away again.
Talking of headsets, PlayStation VR 2, they just released the PlayStation VR 2 version of Doctor Who, The Edge of Time. It's all been updated and I was quite surprised how nice it looked.
I'm not surprised because Maze Theory are doing great things. Did you try their mixed reality puzzle game?
Which one's that?
It's not Infinity Cube. Christ, what's it called? I don't remember. You're going to have to Google it. Put it in post. But that game is so good. I absolutely love that game.
It's a mixed reality puzzle game.
Yes.
And I've never heard of it.
It's like a Jenga thing in mixed reality, and you pull in parts of it, and then it opens up like little character things or little ball, and then it like transports you into like some sort of weird realm.
That one, yes.
Yep. I probably didn't describe it as proper as I should. Yeah, I played some of that. I thought that was quite cool. I got stuck, obviously, but yeah, it's a puzzle 3D game, and then you sort of like go on a different level, and you go back to your room again. It's really kind of interesting. Looks like it could be a really cool game.
Very much looking forward to that. They also do Peaky Blinders, so it doesn't shock me that they know how to make a darn good looking game. I played the Doctor Who game many moons ago, so I kind of forget what it's about, so I'm glad for the reboot, and I'm going to be checking that out in the very near future once, you know, I'm able to get around to actually playing it.
Well, if you've got the original game on PlayStation VR 1, you can upgrade for free.
Yeah, you just have to send a support ticket, right?
Yeah. Send in a support ticket to the marketing department, and they'll send you the new game for free. Did the original PlayStation VR 1 have the DLC?
Well, it'll be DLC, so probably if you bought that.
Because this has got the DLC with it as well.
Yeah, it's got Tennant's TARDIS in there, isn't it? The 10th Doctor.
I've only played the first level. Has it got Daleks in it?
I don't know.
Yeah, at some point I think. I mean, I got as far, spoiler alert, well, for me it was a really tricky puzzle. I think you go up into space and then you're in some sort of space station, and it was like lining up certain lasers or something to open up the doors and get out. I got stuck on that. I could not work that out. I was on it for hours. So yeah, I gave up then.
Well, that part you got stuck on, there's actually little doors, the little cubby holes that you have to open with the other lasers to get a special mirror that's like, it's angled, so that it splits the beam into two. So you have to get through those to activate the actual puzzle. So if you don't know about the little hidey holes where you have to grab the mirrors, then I can see why you got stuck.
I mean, I was quite enjoying it up to that point. It's very clever. It looks very good. I mean, when you first open the TARDIS door and it's small on the outside but bigger on the inside, it's really clever. But yeah, as soon as I got to that puzzle, it was like, am I you know, auditioning for Mensa. What is going on? This is like one of the hardest puzzles I've ever seen. And I didn't want to cheat. I didn't want to look online. So yeah, I just left it at that. But I think you do go to like sort of a Water on Earth further later on, something like that. But I mean, like I said, I've not played it that far. But yeah, I'd like to see a really good fully fledged Doctor Who game. That one's great. You know, I'd like to see something 6-7 hours going all over the place. But yeah, kind of cool.
I heard that the Weeping Angel level is really scary.
I was going to say that's the one I want to know about, because we always said, especially like when Switchback, do you know the weird guy that gets up in your face and you blink and he moves?
Yeah.
That's Weeping Angels.
Yeah.
So we always said that it would be really good if it could track your eyes and that they would move when you blinked. And now it's possible in PSVR 2, and I'm wondering if they've gone back and put that in.
Well, talking about phobias and fears, has any of you played Nope?
Nope.
No, I just watched your video, but that was it. Yeah, I've not got into it.
So for those of you new to VR or don't know what we're talking about, Nope is a new game out on the Quest 3. I don't know if it's on Steam. As far as I know, it's only on Quest 3. But it's based on phobias. And you go into situations, scenarios to face your fears. You've got a big Nope button on your wrist. So if you get scared at any time, you can press the button and it's going to take you to a safe space. I've been watching lots of videos of the developer. He was in my live chat. He's a really nice guy. He was explaining that having the Nope button is actually beneficial because it makes you want to try and overcome your fear. You don't want to press the button, you want to pick up the spider. And he said it's a really nice incentive for people to try to press on and not get scared. But Dr. Oculus is saying nope. He's shaking his head now.
My thing is, and I understand and you know, all the good times and blah blah blah. I just don't see the point in spending money to terrify myself and make myself unhappy. So that's just not the game for me, I don't think. It's like Five Nights. Five Nights is just going to be a massive jump scare fest of terror, and I just don't need to spend 30 quid to experience that. I really don't. I don't want to. So the thought of buying a game with the intention of scaring myself, I don't see the point in it for me. I can see the point in it, and there are a lot of people. I mean, roller coasters exist for a reason. We as humans like to give ourselves simulated death feelings. So I get it, but I'm not going to spend money on that.
Starting with you, Dr. Oculus, and then moving on to Dave's Netic. What are your phobias?
Yes, Doc.
Phobias, right. Yes, spiders, got a massive phobia. I don't like spiders. I've got a friend who lives in Australia that keeps trying me to get over there. He says, come over here, stay with us for a couple of weeks. And I'm like, do you still have spiders there? He's like, yeah. I said, well, I'm all good, thanks. So I saw a video that Nancy put out on Instagram as well, where she was doing something in the garden and she pulled like a plank of wood back. This giant humongous spider was there, as big as my head. And then she went, oh, it's harmless. And it's just left it there in the sun and that. I would have probably put the house up for sale and left the area. But yeah, spiders are probably my biggest one. Clowns and things like that, I'm not really fussed about that. Maybe if it's the clown from It, that would be kind of scary.
Floats down there.
Heights don't really bother me. I used to work doing heights in my younger years, so yeah, mainly spiders and areas that's full of lots of people. So WASD, probably a phobia that I'm going to try and conquer today, so that could be kind of cool.
My biggest fear, PD's wife. Terrified of her.
This will definitely make it.
I'm not saying anything.
So I, like you, Dazed, I hate a spider probably bigger than, I don't know, maybe a Mr. Kipling pie. Like a spider that size, my instinct is kill it. But the wife has a no-kill policy, but she also doesn't like spiders. So it's up to me to get rid of them. So I have strategically stashed around the house various cups that I can put over them, slide things under, and then evict them from the house.
But I used to do that. you know, my missus used to work and she used to get in like at 10 o'clock at night, and if there were any spiders that I saw in the house, where we used to live before, it's been quite a lot, I used to put a pint pot over the top of them. So my missus used to come into several pint pots dotted all over the house with spiders in them, because I didn't want to kill them, and I don't want to kill them now. I try to catch them as best I can, but the last one we had was in our bedroom, and no word of a lie, it was the size of a car steering wheel. It was jet black, and I saw it, and I literally nearly shit my pants. So I had to get the missus, but I think she did kill that one. But I'm surprised I didn't have her go back, to be honest, because it was huge. I don't know if you've seen any of these spiders. It was jet. I've not seen one that's jet black before. It kind of reminded me of Arachnophobia. It was like that. You know, if you watch the film Arachnophobia and they're smoking out in the South American jungle, and one of them spiders, it was that size.
So yeah, I'm not a fan of spiders, but I wouldn't say I have a phobia of spiders. I'm not a fan of heights, but I wouldn't say I have a phobia. I wouldn't say I'm over. Like, I've been on planes. I'll play Windlands all day. Like, I don't mind falling in VR. So I don't know if there is anything in there. Like clowns, I don't care. Clowns, they're quite hilarious to me in many different ways. So I don't know if there's anything in that that would make me nope out.
I'm the same. I think I don't have any real phobias, but I used to be scared of heights, but doing lots of like Richard's plank experience, it kind of, like when I was on holiday, I wasn't scared of flying, I wasn't scared of the height, I was more scared of having a panic attack, which the last time I flew I had a panic attack. I was more scared of actually having a panic attack than flying itself. Does that make sense? I was more afraid of having another panic attack because I didn't want that feeling or sensation.
That makes sense. And the thing is, that to me is a lot of what like these face your fears in VR things are. Most of the time, so for example, in my head, I have vivid traumatic memories of an app or a game called Affected.
Affected the Manor?
Yes. It started out as just a demo on the DK2, and it's grown and grown, and it's available pretty much on every headset there is going now. And in my head, that game is terrifying. But then once I've played it a couple of times, I don't care. And I think I make it scarier in my head than what it actually is. And I think that's the same thing with you and the flight. You got so scared that you had a panic attack, and now you're scared of having a panic attack, which freaks you out. Whereas if you didn't get scared in the first place, it would be a non-issue.
Yeah, another strange thing as well, I wouldn't say this is a phobia, but I'm a big fan of aliens. I love aliens. Anything to do with aliens I'm into, and I love horror games. You know me, I love horror games. One of my biggest fears in a horror game is cornfields and aliens. I don't know why, but that really freaks me out. Even though they're two of my favourite subjects. If I go into a horror game and it's an alien game and there's cornfields around, that's when my heckles stand up and I start to get the goosebumps and the heebie-jeebies. So anything else you've been playing, you two?
The new Walkabout mini golf map came out, Venice.
Would you like to talk about the new Walkabout mini golf course, Venice, which I do believe you're now famous for, Daysnetic?
Yeah, Walkabout mini golf put an Instagram post out and quoting me that I said it was like most beautiful looking game, the map they've done recently, and it's fantastic looking. It's very pretty, and yeah, I enjoyed the course. Finding the club, the Fox Hunt, I even managed to do all that without going online on YouTube to check out what to do. So that's the first time I've ever done that. But I jumped in mid-live stream the other day and had a good time. And yeah, I really like the map. They're always really good anyway. But this one is definitely kind of special. I don't know if it's recreating actual things that are in Venice, but one part did remind me of like Indiana Jones when he comes out of the manhole cover and he's outside a library, and it kind of reminded me of that a bit. And it's got the usual nice little tweaks where you can jump in a gondola and have a little ride round. And yeah, I always love Walkabout mini golf stuff anyway, so to have them quote me is kind of I can tick that off the bucket list. And it did actually make my day yesterday, and I even messaged them to say, look, this is kind of weird, but can you send me the high-res pic of that, and I want to get it framed. because I am super #1 fan, but also I'm incredibly vain, so it would be nice to have that in the house. So yeah, it's great. So I mean, it's like $2.99 again, that's British pounds. I don't know if it's $3.99, something like that, but you've got to pick it up. It's just the best social experience, and in my opinion, it's the best VR game you can play anyway.
Have you tried the new map?
No, it only came out last night, right? On Thursday. Yeah, Thursday night what was I doing Thursday? Oh, I was playing the Startenders, Bartender, whatever it's called. That's come out on Steam. That didn't go well.
Is that a VR game? Was that
Yes.
So it's like bartending, but in space.
Yes, it's been out on like Quest and PlayStation forever, and it's now finally out on PC VR. I'm not a massive fan of these, cook a burger and give it to that guy, make a milkshake and give it to that woman. Like, I don't like those kinds of games anyway, which is exactly what it is. And then on top of that, a couple of barriers to entry, and I just quit. I was like, nah, I'm done. Ended up playing Stilt instead, which is another pretty fun game for VR. You've got very long arms, and it's gorilla tag-like movement where you're bouncing around on stilts. So yeah, I ended up playing that on Thursday, and then last night I was busy painting tiny versions of myself. So
You need to explain, why do you paint little miniature Dr. Oculus Mi's?
well, I mean, every time I go to these events, it's like a business card, except the only people that get them are the people that know me anyway. So it's just more of like a little bit of a thing to give to folks, my friends. So they've got a little mini-me sticking around.
Awesome. Now, one of the developers at WASD that we're going to today is the developers of the Arcade Paradise VR. Have you tried that yet?
Strangely enough, Thursday night stream was supposed to be Arcade Paradise. I went onto my Quest to launch it, and I'm sat there on the stream. I'm like, I can't find the game. Where's the game? And it wasn't on my list on the Quest. And I thought, oh, dang, I bet you I've got it on the PC. So then I jumped onto the PC. Oh, yeah, there it is, PC, download. 4 gigabytes later, I'm talking to chat. I was like, okay, game's downloaded, let's play. I hit play, and it's only VR on the Quest. And I was like, what is going on here? And then I checked my emails, and I had an email from them saying, do you want to play this game? And I replied to it, but then they never responded. So I didn't end up actually playing the game, even though I really wanted to.
But today you can ask them that.
I'm going to. Oh, trust me, I'm gonna. To be fair, I had other people I could have reached out to, but it was too late at that point. If I'd have realised sooner, I could have potentially taken care of it. But yeah, that's a shame. That is a shame. So no, the short answer, I haven't played it.
How about you, Dazed?
I got access to it maybe 2 or 3 days ago. I applied for access. We actually got the because of the podcast, really. So I was going to do a kind of a mini review, something a bit different for the podcast. So I've not had a chance to play it yet. Maybe I might have a go today if the queues aren't super busy. But I don't really tend to have a go on VR stuff when I'm at events, because that's all I do anyway, really. And I'd sooner somebody else who's not played VR have a go. So if there's a big queue for it, I won't bother. But yeah, I'm hoping to get into that at some point next week, and then get something on the Recentered channel. It'll be parental friendly, unlike the stuff that I've just released on mine recently. But yeah, it looks kind of cool. I mean, I spoke to you about it. I said, look, I'm not really that fussed. I don't want to work in a laundromat. I just want to play arcade games, like Half Deck's one that he's got in VR on PC VR, which is Petey's got a video out, right? It's amazing. You need to go and try that if you've got PC VR and a good enough system. I know you can upgrade. It's all about upgrading the arcade in the back, isn't it? And working through and getting money to do that. So there is something to aim for. And I do like that kind of pixel-based look as well. That's a big favourite of mine. So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying it.
It does come across as being a bit mundane, having to do all the washing, but apparently the more money you earn, the more you can automate it. So you can you can actually pay for somebody to come in and do the washing for you, and then you just spend all day buying new arcade machines. I still need to unlock mixed reality mode.
Spoiler alert, unfortunately, I did see a clip on Twitter that showed when someone does go into the mixed reality mode. Oh, so I won't spoil it for you, but yeah, it's really clever how they incorporated that into the game.
Yeah, I need to get to the part where I can buy the mixed reality mode so I can put the arcade machines in my own home. And actually, to be honest, the arcade machines are really, really good. They are kind of based on the arcades from the 80s that we know, like there's a Pac-Man type game, but instead of being Pac-Man, you're a robber in a car, you're being chased by police, so you go around picking money up.
Okay.
And so basically they've took original ideas and they've put their own spin on it.
Yeah, looking forward to that in a big bad way.
And they sent me an amazing goodie bag. I've had some really good goodie bags this week.
I also saw it said that one of them has a golden washing machine.
Yes, Beardo Benja.
And Beardo pulled it, the jammy sod.
Well, apparently we all got like goodie bags, mystery bags. I've not opened mine. I really need to feel around and see what it is, because on the back it tells you what you can get inside. And I think Beardo got one of a kind. He got the golden washing machine. He really wanted the toilet though, because apparently there's a toilet in there.
A golden toilet?
No, just a normal wipe
Just a regular toilet?
to collect.
Beardo, if you're listening, I will 3D print you all the toilets you want. Give me that washing machine.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'll make you a toilet. They did a while ago. They put up like a bin bag with eyes on it, and they were like, "What do you think? Should we make these as a thing?" And I was like, "I will walk through fire to get a bin bag with googly eyes on it." And then, yeah, I'm still waiting for my bin bag. I'm just saying, where's my bin bag with googly eyes?
I also got a cool goodie bag from Max Mustard. They sent me a 3D poster with the original red and green 3D glasses.
Oh yeah, that looks. I mean, well, I've not seen it in 3D, but that does look very, very fun as well.
Going off track a little bit here, talking of goodie bags, what merchandise have you guys got from like developers?
I've got a bit from the cabin. We've got some cool stuff from there, right? T-shirt that I still wear. What other merchandise have I got? Mainly my favourite is kind of the stuff from Dr. Oculus. I have the trilogy. I have the standard Dr. Oculus, the gold. Is the gold one the top one? I have the gold, and I have like a platinum grey one, which is on my collection.
So it's
on my bass speaker.
Painted silver and gold. And well, while we're on the subject, if you want to stick your nose in there,
Oh, goodies!
and see what the new special one is.
Oh, that's really cool. It's got like a gold belt on it,
That's not the special one.
isn't it?
No, that's just a normal painted one.
So we are currently going through a little white bag
Oh,
full of Dr. Oculus miniatures that he's been painting for people to give away
it's like
at this show.
Chrome edition. It's like a chrome one.
And Dave's Netic is creaming out in the back.
Now you've got a fourth one.
He's got a very nice gold belt. Dude, I won't take a chrome one. I'll put them bags. You want to give them out to other people and that, and if there's any.
Well, no, the chrome one I made with you in mind.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Excellent.
There's three. There's a chrome for you, chrome for PD, and then because I haven't got any gold paint anymore, there was a chrome for Mac. But Mac's no longer able to attend, sadly. As far as swag goes, so I got a dope statue of the Stellaris. Do you remember that Go Signal?
Yeah.
That was great.
I gave mine to Fleet Roji because he loves the game. So I treated him. Yeah.
Statue to him?
Yeah, I gave him my statue. He loved it.
The cabin, they've pretty much. So I've got t-shirt, jacket, and socks.
That jacket rocks.
I know.
Drop
right?
Dead jacket's amazing.
I gave the jacket to my eldest daughter. Unfortunately, it didn't quite fit me. Nothing to do with the size they've sent. They've sent me the right size, but over the year, I appear to have perhaps grown a bit more timber. So, with the jacket, yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, I love that.
I got the Quill statue. That's nice.
Oh, how could I forget Quill? Of course. Yeah, that is pride of place on the shelf. I've got Quill, and I've also got a poster that's just absolutely stunning. That sits smack bang dead center of the wall behind me every time I'm streaming. I love that thing.
And hasn't Quill just had its anniversary as well?
The anniversary of Moss.
Moss, sorry, yes.
Possibly. I have Quill's birthday in my birthday calendar. I am that sad.
I've still never finished both of those games.
I'm this close to telling you to tuck and roll and just shoving you out of the door. You're not allowed in this car till you finish Moss.
The problem being like a content creator is you get to play all these amazing games, but when I'm like some other like, because I'm making daily videos, it takes me 8 to 9 hours to make one video. I don't have time to finish the game.
No.
So, you know, I'll play the game thinking, yeah, I want to finish this, and then the next day I'll move on. I've got to do a video for the next game. So it's very rarely that I get a chance to actually complete. I think the only game offhand that I can remember I fully completed was Half-Life Alyx. Arizona Sunshine 1 I finished a few times as well.
I did. I played that quite extensively, Arizona Sunshine. I've played it with multiple people, played it solo, played it with the Cyber Shoes team. I had a great time in Arizona Sunshine 1. This is Arizona Sunshine 2. I've started about 4 or 5 times on various platforms. So yeah, I'm with you on that one. As a creator, I've played the first hour of many games and then not done anything else since. So it can certainly be, you get to play a lot, but you don't get to play a lot of the game itself. Certainly know how you feel on that one, PD.
Is there anything else you can think about?
Well, another thing, I bought the Meta Privacy Invasion Spectacular glasses, and honestly, I am obsessed with these freaking things.
The RayBans?
Yes.
Have you brought them with you?
Yes.
Days wants to borrow them.
So I've bought the glasses.
Heavy, aren't they?
Though there's a battery inside of the case.
Oh, it glows green.
That means they're charged. Yeah. So the case is how you charge them, and I am obsessed with just wearing them and pimping around and doing little 1-minute videos and taking pictures of stuff. I am very much just like wearable tech. It's the future. Yes.
Am I right to try them on?
Yeah, go for it.
So Dr. Oculus just handed Dave's Netic in the back.
You totally do.
These RayBans, they're really clear. My son used them on the plane when we were taking off from holiday, and the footage absolutely amazing. It looks super clear and sharp.
Yeah, they're
very comfy.
They are. The videos that they take, I wish they were longer, but I also understand why they're not. Because encoding video takes computing power, and that generates heat.
Heated issue, yeah.
And that much heat next to your head is a bad thing. So I understand they're kind of working out the kinks. They're the version 2s. So I know that it's something that they're going to do, but the ability to just turn around and say, hey Meta, take a picture, and then it just takes a picture, and then you can just say, right, WhatsApp that to PD or whatever.
Are they switched on now then, or do you switch that little silver button on? Do you know what? I need my glasses on to see what I'm doing, because I can't see.
On the left arm there is a switch. I don't know whether they're switched on or not. On the inside of the left arm, near the frames, there is a switch.
Oh, is that the button?
And then in the top of the right arm, there is the button that you can also press if you don't want to voice activate to take pictures and videos.
I got my wife some RayBans for Christmas, and she took them on holiday, and one of the reps, we got quite friendly with her, so my wife said to the rep, try these on, and this rep, it blew her mind. It's so powerful an experience, and she was going around everybody in the holiday place, try these on, listen to this, look at this. And then when she showed all the footage on the phone, all the videos, it was like showing a caveman a phone.
Yeah, I'm going to be taking some videos with them today. So
it's an ideal for that perspective of walking around and showing people what it would look like if they were walking around there, basically. And the camera's only going to get better, the tech's only going to get smaller and lighter. Like Dr. Oculus said, there will be an option, hopefully in the future, to record longer form content, which at the minute it's more like Instagram type of clips, isn't it, and things like that. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how it goes. And I was even thinking about, because I need some new glasses, because I can't really see in mine very great, and I'm due for an upgrade, well, an eye test. So I was actually looking at the RayBans, getting some prescription lenses in them, but I don't know, see how much money that would cost. Probably a lot, but yeah, I'd kind of like a pair, just for the tech, really.
Okay guys, well, we're coming into London now, so we're going to wrap up the podcast. Did you hear there's a podcast that's resurfaced, called Recentered. Been offline for a while now. Just released a new video. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you know the funny thing is, right, we've put that podcast out and it's had like the least views for all the podcasts, so if we're doing something wrong, let us know. But if you've just not, you know, thought to go and check the channel out because it's been a while, just go and check it out and listen to the latest one. Please leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
But you probably buggered up the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, it could be that, because we usually get quite a lot of views for how many subs we've got and that. We are changing it somewhat to be a little different and less more regimented. So hopefully you'll like the new format, and yeah, take care.
So we're going to end the podcast here. Thank you for watching. It's a goodbye from me.
Bye.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everyone. Like and subscribe. Be sure to like my little bell. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.